welcome to episode number 121. Coincidentally, the same amount of pounds that you weigh, 121 pounds.
Formerly. 121, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were making a fat joke.
No, I would not.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't. I would never make fun of fats.
Am I looking you?
Because, what do you mean?
Looking at you the whole time? Looking at a fucking camera?
No, this is your camera. So just
Right.
direct your answers and questions to that. I'm as a hefty man myself, and my brother being a big dude. Like I remember I called him fat for like 3 years straight. Just like, yo, fat. Like, that's his nickname. Endearing. You know what I mean? Like it didn't do anything psychologically to him.
I lost weight 7 years ago, and everybody still calls me Fat Tony, Fat Zin, Fat Ass. Fuck it, just like something that sticks with you.
Yeah, but it's endearing. Like when I make jokes, no matter how fucked, know that they come from a good place,
Yeah,
and I'm trying to make you laugh.
I'm a dark humor guy.
Yeah,
fucked up shit.
If I don't joke with you,
you like Joey Diaz?
Yeah, of course.
My favorite comedian.
Yeah, is he really? You
Up
need
there.
to fucking get out more.
Who else?
Joey Diaz is your favorite comedian.
He's up to him, Chappelle, Sebastian
Senor Diaz,
Maniscalco.
Mr. Joey Diaz, please don't be offended.
What, he has like that dark, like Anthony
100%.
Jeselnik is good for dark
Jeselnik's
humor.
good, yeah.
Who else? Bill Burr, I think, is a little overrated.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how. Look, I like to think of myself as somebody that loves comedy. But you also did say that you like that Maniscalco guy.
Maniscalco?
Yeah,
Sebastian
Maniscalco. Yeah. But you
ever been to Chipotle? You walk in and there's people everywhere. Not bad.
He's good.
No,
he's good.
funny.
But I mean, he wouldn't be my top 5.
It's just like the Italian like type.
Yeah,
like,
no, I figured.
Like my dad loves that shit. So
yeah. What top 5 favorite comedians? So Joey Diaz,
Sebastian Maniscalco, Dave Chappelle, Jeselnik. 5th, dude, Kevin Hart's original stuff was funny. Like his now he's like too mainstream and too like I wouldn't say family friendly, but like, I can't find him funny anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kevin Hart's like original stuff was pretty funny. But I also I'm not like super into stand-up like I used to be like growing up a little bit. Because when I was fat, I was considering doing stand-up.
Did you?
Yeah,
I think you'd be good at that.
We had some of the MLG guys. I don't know, I'm a little more reserved now. Back then I was just like, back then I was very animated, talk, loud. Now it's like a lot more calm.
Why though?
I think just maturing and then just like, I don't know. I'm
41, I haven't grown up.
I think that was my way to project my insecurity is when I was like really fat and like just wasn't necessarily very secure. I think I dealt with that by like just being very animated and loud and funny.
So what do you do now with all of your insecurities?
Fuck, they're down there.
Yeah, so what do you do like to...
I'm not big anymore.
No,
I still think I'm fat, but like
you still have insecurities though.
Yeah, who doesn't? But like not like not like
I do what you do, right? Like I project.
Yeah.
So I'll say like if I take my shirt off, I look like ET, so I won't.
Oh yeah, if I right now if I went to a beach, I get harpooned immediately. I just fucking throw a harpoon and
you're not
put me down. I'm like skinny fat.
You're like 5'6".
5'8". 5'8".
Imagine your height starts with a 5. Huh?
What are you?
6 even?
Really?
Yeah.
5'11".
I was never able to dunk, but I was able to hang from the rim. Not in my condition no more. But I still take anybody to school, especially Dr. Disrespect.
He's good. He's like fucking 6'9", dude.
So what?
That guy's like literally
fuck you, so what?
A tower.
Yeah. No, he is. But he's skinny though. You know what I mean? He's like thin. He's he's like aerodynamic. There's no strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been a long time coming. You and I have been friends for a very, very, very long time, buddy.
We had a little.
No, we didn't.
We had
you
a little
did.
Gap. No.
You took a fart.
No.
On our Cheerios.
No. Here's what. We go into the whole thing.
You know what? Let's get out of the air since you
No,
brought it up.
I'll talk
Before,
about it.
Just so you guys know.
I'll talk
before
about it.
This guy walks in, he's like, "Hey, are we gonna talk about the black lady?" You're proud of that shit.
No, I'm not. But I need to explain it. I need to explain it properly because everybody fucking blames me as like some ringleader asshole. But it's not the case at all.
Right, go ahead.
I'm bringing you step by step how it all happened, and getting all out there.
Fucking by all means.
All right. So to go back, I started like the local scene, like New Jersey, Philly area Call of Duty. Yeah. So me and Seth became friends early. I met Nade first, and then met Seth, then met you guys.
How'd you meet Matt?
I met Matt through his ex-girlfriend, through Ego and one of his ex-girlfriends.
Matt used to date Ego?
No. Ego and his ex-girlfriend used to play together, and I started playing with them. Then I met
Whose ex-girlfriend? Ego's ex-girlfriend?
No, Nade's. Matt's ex-girlfriend.
What's her name?
Emily.
Okay, go on.
So met him through there, and he was sort of like a mentor type. Right? I was super young. He was obviously established. I would say it was like a big brother type relationship, and then I met Seth, and me and him were.
Nate Shot was the big brother.
Yeah, Nate Shot was like my if I tweeted.
You do look like him a little bit.
I actually hear that sometimes. If I tweeted something dumb, like I get a text. That was fucking crazy back then. I think we all were. Like back then, like when gaming was like just starting out and it wasn't developed like this, we were fucking nuts. We were literally just gamers who would tweet whatever we want, laugh at whatever we want.
Yep.
Very different world back then. So he had a different perspective because he was the Red Bull sponsor. Optic had a spotlight on him, and I was just a gamer with a personality. And I think he wanted me to like start streaming and like actually grow my brand. So he was influential in helping me do that. So I met you guys all through that. And ever since then, like I feel like, I guess the way I always thought about it was I always felt like I was the closest thing to Optic without being an Optic, right? Like every time I was with you guys, it was like a family type environment. And that's why, like in a sense, I'm kind of partial to Optic. I'm not a fan of Optic, but I always felt like Optic from the very beginning. So the blacklist essentially was Call of Duty Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Optic had the biggest numbers, the good team. Fuck yourself. Optic have the biggest numbers still. You're welcome. But back then, like
you're welcome. It's our pleasure.
They would take over like streaming. So there was a Skype chat made, and the original point of the chat was for everybody else to help each other. So it would be like HECZ, Slack. If you go live, send your viewers to him, vice versa. Give each other follow fives. And then people started saying, why don't we stop scrimming Optic? Keep in mind, I'm on Curse Youth at the time. So this is when we just switched to Xbox One.
Yeah.
My team is still on 360 because we can't plan the next event because we're too young, whatever the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't actually participate in a blacklist if we wanted to. And as I told you before, I'm sitting there high as fuck. This is back when I'm smoking a lot. 15 years old, dabbing, 16. Not good. I'm talking get home from school, go to my friend's house, dab, and just be immobile on the couch for hours. And so I'm in the Skype chat. They started talking about Blacklist and Optic, and I made a joke.
What was the reasoning that
they were pissed about how many viewers Optic was like monopolizing the streaming and numbers game, and everybody wanted them to like share the limelight, I guess. But it makes no fucking sense thinking back on it.
Did they think that if we stopped streaming that everybody magically would just take interest?
Yeah, no, it makes no sense. And keep in mind, this is 8 years ago now, so it is like somewhat of a blur, but. Anyway, so the chat starts talking about like blacklisting Optic, and I made a joke. I said the fall of Optic, and that's what all of you guys saw, and that's what like your main reaction was. But if you keep going down, they were like, "Let's start deleting them from our friends list." And then I switched up because I was never serious. I would never actually betray
your friends,
my friends ever. Like,
that looked out for you
ever.
I'll
talk about it. Listen. So I start saying no, blah blah blah. But what happens is. I remember like it was yesterday. Nade's streaming. Bose walks up. Me and Bose like this coming up.
And you still did that to him. Go on.
So me and Bose like this. Bose walked up to Nade and shows him the chat. Because I guess Bose got added to the chat and could see old messages. And he points at it and he's like, guess who that is? Because my name was like Zeus on Skype or something. So like I was like some username. And he points at it and Nade was like, who? And Bose was like, METHODZ. And Nate was like, no, it's not. And his face got fucking blood red. And I was like, oh my
Which is
God.
crazy because of he couldn't get paler, right?
Yeah,
obviously.
no. So like he was very. I think him and you probably took it.
We did.
Like betrayal. Whereas me and Seth are very similar, like joking wise, and like I think he sort of like knows that like I would never actually intentionally fucking screw you guys over.
Just unintentionally.
So.
You put yourself in the line of fire. I didn't even want to talk about it.
I shouldn't have been involved, but it was never what it was. I never tried to blacklist you guys. I was never ringleading anything. I was never actually against you guys. And it was very hard to actually apologize to you guys because like you guys were just gaining more and more success. And like when I would apologize to Nate, because I tried a few times, he took it. He felt like I fucking betrayed him. And I think I was the only person you guys actually cared about. And from that chat, I don't think you guys actually gave a fuck about anybody else. You guys were pissed about me.
Not even a little bit.
I remember you. I walked up to you at UMG Nashville in 2015. You probably don't remember. It's 2014. You were drinking. I walked up shitting my pants, dude. My little fat ass. I'm shitting my pants. I don't know why I was scared of you, but like you were intimidating at that point because I thought you hated me. You probably did. I
was disappointed.
I walked up and I apologized. And I was like, I'm sorry. He goes, I know you are. Then you gave me a fist bump. You were like, come back. He said, no. You said, quote unquote, like it was yesterday. We're going to forgive you because it's you. Come back to me in 6 months. Fist bump me, then you didn't talk to me for 5 years. So
I let bygones be bygones. And I don't know what that means.
I didn't talk to you actually until I was back, until I joined Optic, which was a fucking crazy story. But Either way, that was probably my biggest regret in gaming was being a part of that, but also it helped me a lot because I think that's the first time I faced consequences from like actual like because I used to get in trouble in school, but like my parents couldn't take away my gaming stuff. That was the first time something I did actually affected me. Like I lost friends and like it hasn't been the same since. At least with Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Seth are still like best friends.
Yeah.
Me and you are fine now, but like me and Nate are cool, but it's not like it used to be.
Yeah. You know what? And for the record, like when I said you literally just said you were drunk. You know what the shit I say when I'm drunk, just like to be mean, but because it's funny. Again, endearment. Like I don't joke with people I don't fuck with. You know what I mean? I don't even say hi to people I don't fuck with. Like it's just I'd rather focus on us. You know what I mean? And it's not that I didn't care what the other pros were saying. I cared because you were one of our boys, right?
Like I said, I was like, whenever I walked into an event, it was like, "Are you coming to dinner with us?" And it was like I wasn't on Optic, but I was like still very
100%.
much included in everything you guys are doing.
Yeah,
and that's why I was so mad at myself, just because like you know me, I'm a fucking jokester. It was never like, yo, fuck Nade. It was never like that, and I think Nade and you for a bit took it like that, just because of like me being involved in
the fall of Optic means exactly that. But let me ask you something. Do you think that we're not over it? Like
no. You guys are over it.
because we're good, right?
No. But people in my childhood time, what's the blacklist? Nade?
Yeah.
Nade to this day can't stop making jokes about it.
I don't think I'll ever.
We were playing
stop making jokes
Warzone. Me,
about it.
Nade, Kyler Murray, and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
And Nade just starts talking to the guys. Yo, you guys know this kid blacklisted me? And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude, shut your mouth. And now every time he talks to me, what's up, blacklister? I'm just like, dude, you're an idiot.
Yeah, well, it's a joke. It's better that he jokes like that than not joke with you at all or talk to you at all, right? But it's one of those things that you grow from. I mean, again, for us, like it wasn't even that big of a. I swear to God, man, I think that I may have taken that joke too far. And
you didn't talk to me for 5 years.
Yeah, but I don't think I meant to, and I don't think that you meant to not talk to me.
I was scared a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. I completely get it. I'm sorry if you know.
No, we're good now.
Yeah,
I was just very like, I can't even explain it. I was very like.
You were young, bro.
You guys were gaining so much success that I didn't want me apologizing to look like I'm like for Nate specifically, like he's just blowing up more. And I felt like giving a genuine apology was hard because I didn't want him to think like
you're only apologizing because he's growing.
Yeah, no, like it was like I thought of you guys, I still do, as like genuine like mentors and good friends. So like disappointing you guys was like very fucking and my parents too. Like so for a little more context,
dude, please, you gotta make me fucking like
no. Just
feel bad.
No,
please
don't feel bad. No, we'll start trolling in a sec. My parents were supportive of gaming, but to a certain extent, because my dad's like a hustler, dude. Like 4 jobs, like owns a landscaping company, owns a bar, like work. And I was very different. I was not. He's like, come do landscape with me, and I was like, no, I'm playing Call of Duty. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? So I'm quitting all my sports, and I'm gaining weight. And he doesn't get it because like back then we weren't in stadiums, we were in like ballrooms and playing for a few $100s. It wasn't until Nade spoke to him in Philly, because Nade's once again Red Bull, making money, big brand. He talked to my dad. He was like, your son can do this. So my parents also, towards Nade, had like a different level of respect and like, I guess, gratitude because he was the one who actually like made them make that next step and like really support what I was doing. So I think they always, like I said, they have that gratitude for him because I'm not sure if they didn't have that conversation, I'm not sure they would have supported me to the extent. They wouldn't have held me back, but like I'm talking flying me to events, driving me to events, 7 hours, 8 hours. Like they were really just all in at that point. So I think for like you talk to Nade, I'm like, no, I haven't talked to Nade. You have to apologize. I did. He doesn't want to fucking talk to me. Like it was just a very weird situation. But you guys also know me. That like
but see,
you guys
that's
know I was fucking troll.
Well, no, when I saw it, I was disappointed. But that's it. Like I didn't, and I didn't like I didn't hate you at any point. So you know, like chill with that. Well, I do appreciate it though. That you feel bad and you're backstabbing Nate and Seth. You know what I mean? That's good. Look, let bygones be bygones. Water under the bridge.
No, we're good now.
Spoiled milk.
Joined Optic. Fucking shit the bed.
Joined Optic. Shit the bed. Replaced formal.
Dude,
those were some shoes to fill.
We were actually good, which is crazy.
What you mean?
Like in league matches, we were number 1, number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
We went to events and it shit the sheets, dude.
What do you attribute that like
I don't know, man. The roles were a little wonky, but I think that's just an excuse everybody gives for our lack of performance because it worked in league matches. I just think we didn't perform really when it mattered.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, that fucking champs thing was shit. We had a winning record and winning map count and didn't qualify because we win one map versus EG. We have a bracket that's pretty easy for us. So that was also a shit show. And then the whole roster change period. Remember when I drunk texted you? Do you remember that?
No. But I bet you if I bring it up, I can see it.
I was fucking.
You haven't changed your number, and I haven't changed mine for sure. So
this is like 4 years ago, though.
Tell me while I bring it up.
I said, I just turned 21 when I was on Optic, so August 15th. Every year my birthday is on Champs.
Yeah.
I was at a festival with my friends, and I drunk texted you. Your players are fucking cowards, and you played dumb. He was like, you were like, what happened? As if you didn't know what happened.
Okay.
And that was it.
Wait, hold on.
I was like, your players are fucking cowards.
Wait, I'm looking. Oh, okay.
Is it 4 years ago? You still have that long ago?
I bet you I do.
There's no way.
Sources say they want me in green taking over content game per sources, of course. That's not.
When was that?
We won Zinni. Oh, this is when you got benched.
Oh, is that when you texted me at the major and you said they're chanting your name?
Yeah, because I was backstage, and I'm like, are they fucking saying we won Zinni? And I fucking go out there with my camera recording you, and I'm like,
dude,
we won Zin.
The stream fucking took off, dude. Getting benched, like we talked about, was actually really beneficial for the brand.
Was for the brand. And
well,
wait, do you refer to yourself as the brand?
Well, yeah, my brand is what I meant. Because I'm an idiot for not sticking with it from, like, dude, if I stayed with YouTube and streaming since I started with you guys, it would look very different right now. And that was always frustrating. People at events, like, you could be so big. But it's also tough. Like, I tip Seth because Seth is the only person who's been able to balance it properly because, like, competing full-time and doing content is not easy. Like, unless you stream scrims. If you stream scrims, that's like 5 hours of the stream. You can do like 3 more hours. If you do like 6 hours of scrims, right? To find time to stream 6 to 8 hours, which you can't put in 3-hour streams if you want to actually grow, like really take off. So to find the time, it's like there's no time of the day. So like the fact that he's been able to do it for so long, that's why like when he gets flack, I just laugh because me and him talk about it.
You laugh instead of standing up for him?
I stand up for him all the time on my stream.
Yeah, good, because I can't. I'd be biased if I
all the time. Because me and him talk about it because like you just can't catch a break. But like him, Nade, truly no one else in the community has ever done what they've done and like actually prioritized it because it's a fucking sacrifice, dude. You can't go to the gym, you can't watch TV shows. It's hard for social life. Like it's very much a fucking huge sacrifice. So
yeah, see, you're saying that like no one else has prioritized it, right? Like in the community. Those two are like the ones that actually did it. There's people in Optic that don't do that, right? Like there's people in Optic that are just okay with just being characters in the show of Optic, which is fine, right?
To be fair, it was a different time though. Like I think it's near impossible for someone to find the traction that they found back then, just because Call of Duty multiplayer back then was like the thing. Now it's like Warzone. Like, dude, when Seth plays Warzone, he has like 10K viewers minimum. When he's streaming multiplayer, it's like 5K, just because things change, things get hot, things get cold. It's very hard for someone to strike that like pot of gold like they did. Like it was.
Yeah, but right now, Warzone is the multiplayer of the old. I mean, obviously, think about how many people got big off of Warzone. You know what I mean? Like, it's not people don't necessarily watch the game, right? They're there to see the person. Yeah. You know, whether they're good at the game or not.
That's what everybody's talking about, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen when Seth goes?
Personally?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Like viewership wise, I have a different perspective. I think if we go to Twitch, it's going to be a hit, but I think he's going to get paid to watch party it, and it's going to be, he's going to have fucking 50 to 100K viewers watching the tournament.
I hope so. I hope that's the case.
Which I hope we go to Twitch at some point.
I hope that's the case.
You probably can't talk too much
The thing is like even when Twitter announced like the 5 top gaming people out there, like he was one of 5, which included Tim, T. Martin, somebody else, and somebody else. Right?
Dude, his fan base makes no sense to me, dude.
Whose?
Seth's. Well, it makes sense, but dude, like he's taken. I'll use different YouTubers as examples. They take breaks. You could have 5 million subs. You take a break. You come back. You're getting like 10K views. He's never. It's like a cult following. It's actually fucking crazy.
It's not a cult following. You know, Krim says the same thing called mob mentality.
Well, I don't mean that in a negative way.
No,
I
know.
I mean just like it's like they're so dedicated to him and Optic too. Is like
I'm the same.
His breaks don't matter.
You see that you know that symbol is that W. The W right there, the W, the Wu-Tang logo.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang's the same.
Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang's the same way, right? Like not only did I model Optic after Wu-Tang, but it's the same thing. Like their fans, me included, are considered a cult, but you know, we're just massive fans of what we like in music or in rap in our instance, and it doesn't mean that they're the best, but they are to us. And I think that the Green Wall is that, and it's because like I know every single one of the members. Like I relate to every single one of the members, and that happened.
You ever meet him?
Nah.
No.
I mean, I saw him like this close at a concert. My favorite artist of all time, the RZA. Well, sort of. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Where I'm going with that is like people find these commonalities with other people and other groups, and they sort of become one with this like thing. We share Call of Duty as like a game. We share video games. We share esports now. You know what I mean? Like it's a bigger thing, and people just like get close to that because of, you know, how relatable we were, which is like the magic for me was that, right? Because here I am, a fucking mortgage fucking processor.
Yeah, your story's fucking crazy too.
I'm 29 and I'm fucking making videos for 17 to 20 whatever year olds. You know what I mean? So it's not. It was difficult for me because how do I relate? So I was just like, I'm instead of faking the funk, I'm just gonna see if I could be me on camera and see where that goes. Neither here or there. It's about finding the common interest, and one thing that you've done well is like, contrary to what you said earlier, like you are very much unapologetically yourself. You know what I mean? And that's relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah. Like I said, it's toned down a lot. Like I'm a lot more reserved. On my stream, I'm pretty outgoing.
Which makes no sense to me, right? Because you look better than you did when you were like pudgier.
I can't even.
Which should in theory give you like more confidence to be yourself.
Yeah,
because
it's not lack of confidence. It's just like
I'm not saying you have a lack of confidence. I'm saying, but you're saying that you're more reserved, and there are times to be reserved, of course.
Yeah.
But when you're on camera, you should be you. Always. Like that's what people loved from the beginning.
I'm pretty good on camera. Like right now, this is my first time in front of like an actual camera in like 2 years. Like I've been on the stream for I've been streaming for like a year.
Your camera, your stream
actually no,
camera doesn't look like that?
No, I have a webcam.
Why?
Dude, I'll set it all up.
You don't care.
Moving to Boston. No, I do care, but I don't want to deck out my setup in Jersey when I'm barely going to be there. If I'm moving to Massachusetts, I'd rather bring all my stuff there, set it up there, because that's like my main
hub
point of it. Exactly. So I've had this stuff for like a month, but like I know I'm moving. I have like the Go XLR, I have everything. What were we talking about? The being on camera. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm. It's not like don't get. I'm like a little more reserved. It's not like I'm fine. It's just back then I was very very like animated at all times. Now I'm just a little calmer. You know, luckily the stream has taken off and sort of had my back, because that was a stressful fucking period, dude. Because esports, if you're
Well, let me finish what I was saying.
Go ahead.
Because we were talking about Seth and the Twitter mentions. That's going back to that.
Yeah.
He was top 5 in that. What people just saw it and just like, yeah, it's Seth. Like, cool. They don't take into account that he's literally up there with people who are just content creators.
Yeah.
That aren't fucking competing at the highest level on top of being up there with tradition. Like, he's doing both.
Yeah.
Like, successfully. Right, he's at the top. Obviously, he's at the top of gaming entertainment.
Yeah.
But when you look at esports, name another esports player that has a bigger following than him that's actively competing today.
There isn't one.
And then look at the numbers.
I don't think there has been one.
Look at the numbers too. It's not by a lot. You know, I'm sorry. It's not by a little. It's by a lot.
Who else rivaled him in esports besides Nade?
I mean, we're not including Faker in this, right? Or
I guess that's different.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess North America, those two have always dominated.
How big is Call of Duty compared to other esports? Let's start there.
Yeah, it's not big at all.
Okay, so how come this one fucking dude is up at the 5 most entertaining, most watched gaming influencers, while also competing?
It's actually crazy, because when he won the World Series of Warzone, and I was scrimming, or I was playing something, and my chat starts blowing up because I missed it. I was like, there's no fucking way. Because I know he didn't expect to win.
No.
I talked to him, I think that night. He's like, he doesn't play Warzone. He's been scrimming.
Yeah.
So he wakes up, rolls out of bed, wins 100K in a Warzone. It's a solo Warzone tournament. It's not the most competitive thing, but like the fact that he won it, it just makes sense. Like, he's always been considered one of the best Call of Duty players of all time. And it just like, when he won it, like, Warzone players weren't like, what the fuck, Scump won? They were like, we fucking lost to Scump. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different level of respect. But I'm not sure how he's been able to hold so much traction, honestly. It's like, it's impressive. I don't know.
I only hang out. I only hang out with people who like to work hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But he gets a lot of flack too.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck. I mean, he cares a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like
we're fucking human. Like that's the thing. Like I don't care who you are, how successful you are. No one wants to read bad shit about. Like if you get 100 tweets saying we don't like you,
you're a sellout.
Maybe you don't care, but like you don't
fucking don't care about Optic. You're a
you don't
fucking
like
sellout.
No
you
one likes,
fucking ruined Optic.
No one likes reading that.
Fucking asshole.
Like
Fuck you.
I've lost my head on Reddit a couple times. Like I go on Reddit and it's just like people who don't know you. What is that?
7 months.
Since you've been on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've stayed off for the past few months because it's just like, I don't know. I guess the Call of Duty competitive Reddit specifically, I feel like they take any negative situation and just throw on a negative opinion. It's like, oh, Methods played bad. Yeah, and he's a shit personality. I'm just like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, what
was that one of my ghosts?
Yeah, I fucking hate his stream, and I'm like you can have your opinions, but like if we're talking about Methods shit the bed in a series, okay, cool, okay, that's fair to talk about in the call. Yeah, and I fucking hate watching his streams. It's like, what the fuck? What, to do anything? I don't know.
It's I'm from the 90s in a time where the internet didn't exist, and I know that there's a joke, right, where it says, hey, if you're being, if someone's talking shit to you on Twitter, don't go on Twitter. Yeah. Like I swear, yesterday when we lost, obviously
Dave Chappelle made a good joke. Did you watch the most recent thing? And he was talking about Twitter because he was getting blown up about. He's like, I'm getting thousands of tweets saying I should be canceled or people don't fuck with me. I don't give a fuck. Twitter's not a real place.
Yeah.
And everybody started dying laughing because it's like, it's true in a sense, but not really.
Ricky Gervais, who's in my top 2 favorite comedians of all time, said that people who get angry at Twitter would be like somebody going, like you're teaching guitar lessons. Yeah. Okay. So you put a post on the bulletin in the middle of Times Square. Somebody walking by rips your number. He's like, I don't want to learn fucking guitar lessons.
Yeah.
Get it? They're mad at you for sending out a comment that wasn't for them to fucking begin with, obviously, but they're mad at it.
No, that's the fucking. I don't think social media is crazy.
I don't mind. I don't mind Twitter. Look, I like to talk a lot of shit about. I don't, but I like
Twitter.
to.
It's my favorite app, by the way.
Same, 100%. But I like to talk shit about Reddit. And to be fair, every single time I went to Reddit on the Optic Reddit, cookies and rainbows, everything's good. I never went on the.
It's either really good or really bad. There's no in between. It's either a hate thread or whoever they're talking about.
There's only like 15,
or it's a positive thread.
There's literally maybe like 15 to 30 people that literally hate me on there, and they will talk shit about like my decisions and everything that I did. But it's like 30 people, man. Fuck those 30 people.
Yeah.
Like I could out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
I can't remember a single one of those ats or names.
Yeah, no, I don't really either.
But the majority of them were cool, and I'm like, you know what? The majority of people who are cool and like, still want to see me, they'll go on Twitter or they go on Instagram, where it's so much easier to block people. But I don't think somebody like you gets that much hate, right? Because you sort of play this like, why would someone hate? Like, there's nothing that you have done that's bad. What's it from though?
No, they hate. Some people think my humor is forced. When it's like I can. First off, humor is subjective. No one's gonna find you funny completely. No one's gonna find me funny completely. That's all based on like people's humor, and like when people are like, "Oh, he's trying to be funny." It's like you just don't. I'm really not. Sometimes I am trying to be funny, but also when I'm streaming, the way I look at streaming is kind of like I'm acting. Like it's me, but I'm also like
turning it up a notch.
Exactly. Like I'm trying to make jokes. I'm trying to make jokes, yes, because I'm trying to make people laugh and be entertaining. Like I can't just sit there. If I'm having a bad day and I get on and I'm just fucking monotone and I'm just sitting there playing video games, who the fuck wants to watch that? You want to see like someone who's energetic and happy to be there and making jokes, talking to the chat. So in a sense, if I'm streaming, I guess like my humor is somewhat forced a little bit, but I think that's everybody. Like everybody turns it up to try and appeal to a fan base or whoever it may be.
Scream louder.
Exactly.
Everything's so fucking
I don't fucking
much.
walk around stream. Just fucking see. Can we get some fucking energy? I don't do that.
That's good.
So I think that's probably my biggest criticism is people like who find me annoying, which is like whatever. Like I have a lot of supporters and I have a few haters, but luckily it's been a lot of support. Like what's crazy about now is I've been doing it for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I have more support now because of this past year than ever before, just because of the stream.
Yeah.
Like I got benched, and dude, I'm an overthinker. So like I get benched, and I'm thinking, fuck, 'Cause at this time, my stream's not big because I prioritized competing instead of trying to balance both, which is stupid. Now I'm trying to do both the best I can.
Yeah.
But I'm like, am I gonna play in the league again? Do I have to go full-time content? Will the stream even do well? Did I lose traction from when I was younger? Like, can I still do it? So a lot of racing thoughts.
Everyone.
And luckily, it was also good timing too, because the only people really streaming were me and Tommy, and then Seth started streaming a lot more in Cold War. But like we had that trio, and like together we just took off, I guess, together. Seth was Seth, but like me and Tommy took off to a different level. Tommy, they both helped me a ton. And that's also annoying when people are like, yo, fucking. Those are the fucking weirdos who come in your chat and are like,
you're only
Scump made you, Zuma made you. And it's like, your friends can always help you. I'll use Jack as an example. Like, Ninja gave him a different spotlight, but Jack kept him around. Like, your friends could always help propel you and like give you the spotlight, but you have to have something to make people invest in you, come back every day. So like, I don't know. That's something when I was younger really bothered me. That's like something I hated.
But
like,
why though?
Because I was just insecure. Like when I was 15, everybody thought I'd paid you guys to like be like, you paid Nadeshot to add you to his friends list. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like Microsoft points. I'm like, are you people fucking stupid? Nadeshot
yeah, they are. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they are. But when like it's like, well, sometime last year, a bunch of people tagged me. Somebody tweeted out, thanks to Nadeshot and Scump and whoever the fuck that dude was, named everybody, and it seemed like he went out of the way to not name me in there. And people were tagging me because he didn't tag me. He's like, yo, you forgot about HECZ. You forgot about HECZ. The dude said, thank you for paving the way for somebody like me to do something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to reply with like, oh, you have pavement? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We built this shit from the ground up, but I didn't sit there and fucking like obviously he's got his own insecurities and issues. Yeah. I can sit there and the only thing that comes to my mind is to make fun of him for it. But I'm like, he's got his own struggles that he's going to. And to be fucking honest, I don't have time to fucking deal with this fucking petty bullshit.
Yeah. So like that's what, because I'll go back at you. If you're in my stream talking shit, I will say your name and I'll go. Like I love doing that. People are like, why do you give them the time of day? Because it doesn't actually affect me. I just find it funny. If I'm just like, Zinni, you suck. I'm like, okay, you're a fucking prick. And like people start laughing. And just like, it's not like I'm giving a hater the time of day. It's just like my stream is like a conversation. Like if you come in my stream, whether you're a subscriber, I know it's you, or like I'll talk to every single person in there and I'll read everything, positive, negative. I think that's like one of the best things about my community specifically is like one big like just conversation. Because
they're there to support you, you have to find a way to help them. Yeah. And when someone's being fucking,
this has helped a lot of people, like, which is super humbling and crazy.
We're promoting merch now. We're in that part of the.
I didn't mean to, but.
Jesus Christ! Are you a sales? You should just constantly always be selling.
You didn't even open my package yet.
I'm kidding. I thank you for it. I did open. I just haven't. I don't know where it is.
7 months ago, 8 months ago.
Matt, do we not get a bunch of shit that we just never open?
I can tell. Like I was telling you, I'll tell you guys. When I was on Optic, dude, time flies. Number one, 4 years ago, there was nothing in here but a desk against that back wall and 4 setups. Now you have couches, trophies.
Too much shit now.
Collectibles. This place was, you could hear a pin drop. Yeah. And now it's packed to the brim. And I haven't been here in 4 years, which is crazy, but dope.
So what I was saying is that I often find myself wanting to help people realize that they're fucking stupid. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, in case they didn't know, right? Like, in case they didn't know that they were fucking dumb, I want to be like, hey, did you know you were fucking stupid? Because, I mean, I don't know who your friends are, but no one told you. So let me help you out as you're watching me. You know, obviously the view counts, so I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna hook you up. Yeah, you're dumb. You know what I mean? I like to be honest with people. The other thing is, I'm also 41 years old. Okay, I won't fucking sit there and argue with like a fucking 22-year-old who has never fucking known life. We're a 17-year-old fresh out of fucking high school. I've been there.
That's the problem, because our lives are very much public. We're not A-list celebrities, but like people, you vlog, people are in the streams. Everybody thinks they know everything. It's like, oh. I'll use like everybody was shitting on you when they were shitting on the organization, sales or transfers, whatever it was. Everybody was like, bad businessman or whatever it was, and you couldn't really reply. And it's like, you guys don't know a fucking thing about what's going on. Like, you guys don't have a single clue about how any of this actually works. And what are you gonna do? What do you really can't? Hey, listen, you can't go publicly and go, oh well, this is the amount of money we needed. This is how much. It's like impossible.
Well, first of all. The people that say I'm a bad businessman need to look, and I hate bragging about this, man. Okay, but if you're a good businessman, that means that you make a lot of money. Okay, And what's the number one thing that people say? Esports doesn't make any money. Right? Well, then that makes me a fucking don.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you know what? I didn't go to business school. I was going up against people that have masters and bachelors are fucking lawyers.
Yeah.
You know, and look at what we've built. Well, me and my uneducated friends, look at what we built. You're out here with fucking degrees, have lawyers, unlimited money because you're cheating. Yeah. I did it with no fucking money. I did it with like, all right, we create content, we get paid for content. That money gets spent into the org to expand into other esports.
Yeah.
These people came with these businessmen, smart ones, came with other people's money.
Yeah.
And they were just like,
that's the thing. Everybody's like, so
what am I gonna do? Try to explain that to someone?
Yeah.
I can't in my right mind. One, blame me for it, but I'm too egotistical to try to sit there and explain to somebody why water's fucking wet.
Yeah,
you fucking morons, bad businessmen.
But yeah, a lot of most of it's like your guys' fan base. You already know is crazy. My support's mostly good, so very, very, very small percentage of people actually sit there and hate on anything we're doing or decisions we make. But
you know,
it is frustrating sometimes.
Stro and I were talking about this because now that we're in business, like partners,
which is fucking crazy, by the way. It's been a few months, couple months now, so it's kind of like died over. But like, if you actually sit there and think about you two, it's like the Yankees and Red Sox combining as one. Like, you guys have been biggest rivals, at least in Call of Duty, since its inception. So the fact that you guys are actually one now is crazy to think of. I was thinking about it last night before I came on, but it's just weird to think about.
Yeah, but he said something. He's like the green wall is great, but it can also be ruthless. And I was like, I don't think so. Like, I don't think I've ever experienced like an overwhelming negative amount of stuff.
It's not just a green wall. It's every passionate fan base in the world. Yeah. If you're a Yankees fan, when they're playing well, the best fan base in the world. When they're not, it's the pitchforks are out. Maple Leaf, same thing. Like, every passionate fan base is like that.
I outweighed it, right? Like, if there's 30 people that are like that, like say 300 people are coming at your throat.
Yeah.
If you're not used to thousands of people cheering for you and 300 getting mad at you, like, you know, it's a numbers game at that point, right? Yeah. Like, I completely get people's opinion. I get like that with the Bears. I get like that with the fucking with the Sox, with the White Sox. I get like that with the Hawks, but I don't with the Bulls. I mean, shit, man. After the documentary came out, I couldn't believe that the back office did that to Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
like I literally stopped supporting Scottie Pippen when Scottie Pippen said that LeBron James was better than fucking Michael Jordan. That his own fucking teammate.
Oh, yeah, you're a big Jordan fan, huh?
Yeah,
but different era.
Different era. I grew up in like, yeah, of course. But like to sit there and me try to talk shit to the Ricketts, me to try to talk shit to to all of these owners. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening behind in the backdoor office, right? Like, I don't know what the fuck's happening back there. Same way that people don't know. So for me to get mad at someone who's operating under literal almost no knowledge of what the deal looks like how am I supposed to get mad at that person? So it's better to just ignore and move on.
Yeah.
So actually, let's say hello to the sponsors really quickly. This episode, as you guys heard, is brought to you by DoorDash, DraftKings, and Better Days Ahead. As the first is none other than DoorDash. And you guys know I love DoorDash because why? Because it makes it easy for me to be able to know what I'm going to have, when I want it, how I want it, from the favorite restaurant or whatever have you. I can order it before I leave here, and it will be at my house by the time I get there. You've got back-to-back meetings, errands to run, and chores to take care of. What is the secret to clearing your to-do list? Well, I can tell you a little help from DoorDash. You can get dinner, household essentials, and everything on your grocery list delivered. Ever pull into the driveway after a trip to the grocery store only to realize that you forgot that one key ingredient for dinner? I did. I paid $20, Matt, for one tomato because I forgot one tomato, and I didn't want to go back. What do you want to eat tonight? Maybe you want home cooked favorite, but you don't like going to the store, or you just want something exciting and new. But it would be great to stay in tonight. DoorDash connects you with everything you want, whenever and however you want it. Get what you want to eat right now and right to your door with DoorDash. Along with the restaurants you love, you can now get groceries and other essentials items delivered to your door with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under 1 hour. If you're craving late night ice cream, Forget that one key ingredient, as I just mentioned with my tomato. Or maybe you just need to stock up for the week. With DoorDash, you can get everything on the application. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, Cheesecake Factory, whatever. Ordering is easy, and all your items will be left safely outside of your door when you choose contactless delivery drop-off. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash application and enter code EAVESDROP 2021. That's Eavesdrop 2021, and that's 25% off your up to a $10 value. 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash application in the App Store. Enter code Eavesdrop 2021. Don't forget, that is Eavesdrop 2021, EAVESDROP 2021 for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change and terms apply. Our next sponsor for the week is none other than DraftKings. I mean, shoot, man. We're in the playoffs right now. We're on the divisional round of the playoffs right now, and the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is celebrating with a huge odds boost for new customers, counting down to Super Bowl 56. New customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and get 280 in free bets. Okay, so you put 5 and you get an additional 280 in free bets if your team wins. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still get in on the action of the division round. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Football Contest. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. You see that, Zin? You got to do that, man. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook application right now. Use promo code EAVESDROP, that's Eavesdrop, and get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win 280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code Eavesdrop, up to 56-1 odds at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All of the links will be in the description down below, and we appreciate that. Oh, and better days ahead, Zinni's information will be in the description down below. He'll tell you where to go. Back to Zinni. And we're back. We're not going to talk about fucking trolls anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to something more positive. Okay, because if we sit here and
day.
talk about the 15 people
All
that bother
day.
us, and don't get me wrong.
I'm starting to wake up now. Caffeine, dude, I'm a caffeine addict now.
Are you? I
used to never drink caffeine. I think this past year, dude, the stream was what actually, like, because I always wanted to be very energetic.
Yeah.
Before that, it was very only water. Like, I used to play at events, and everybody's getting cracked on caffeine, and they're like, you don't want, like, a Red Bull? And I'm like, no, like, strictly water. And now I'm dependent on caffeine. So cold brew every day, fucking disgusting amount of caffeine.
I don't know what I think I might have like a wonky gallbladder or something, but if I drink too much coffee, like it hurts a little bit. And it's not heartburn because I've had heartburn before. Obviously I'm Mexican, so obviously I've had it. But
coffee is also like a social thing. When I was in Toronto, dude, I fucking love Toronto, #1, great city.
Yeah.
I would literally just like go walk to a park and get coffee because it was something to do. It wasn't like, oh, I need caffeine. It was like, let me go get a cold brew and just walk around and fucking look at people. Like it was, and then now I'm
by yourself.
Yeah.
Wait, are you single?
Yeah, now I am. Yeah.
Oh, what happened with we're not gonna say her name.
That ended in April. Just
whose fault? What you do? You cheated on her?
No. There was
dude, come on, man.
No. There was no.
You get skinny and you just start wilding out, dude.
There was no.
She was with you when you were a big boy.
No, she wasn't. No, that was just. I don't think either of our flaws outweighed the other. It was just I decided to make a decision because, dude, it's very hard to. It's a big. Relationships are a big commitment in this space because it's like if I'm streaming and playing full time and trying to maintain a relationship, there's going to be things put on the back burner, and I felt terrible because like I want so bad to be successful in this space, like it needs to be at the forefront of your mind, and I couldn't sacrifice anything to hold. If I sacrificed even 4 hours of the stream to go on FaceTime, like there was a lot to it. I don't want to get involved, I thought about it for a bit, and I thought it was best for both of us just to end it there. But yeah, single now.
Well, that's cool. I mean, at least you did the mature thing.
Yeah.
Most people just write. Dude. Yeah. Most people just fucking write something out that's not working just because of the normalcy of it, right? Yeah. What it brings you on a daily basis. Cool. Well, look. I mean, moving to Boston.
Yep. Message like a suburb. I'm gonna get to Boston whenever I can, but it's like we're in like
why
a suburb.
The suburb? Is the suburb near the facility or?
Yeah. So first off, it's so last minute that like trying to find an apartment complex to house all the players is not easy. So we're gonna be in a suburb. So there's Patriot Place is where we're gonna be, which is like the Gillette Stadium where the Patriots play. Our gaming land center, bunch of shops and restaurants. So that's like where like our main hub's gonna be. We're gonna be like 15 minutes from that, and then downtown Boston's gonna be like 45 minutes away. So I'd rather be in downtown just because I'm like a city. I'd rather be in a city. I'm 24, bars, night. Like I prefer that life, but I also think it's good because I'm not gonna be tempted to not stream and shit, right? Like if I was downtown Boston
and somebody said something popping,
like let's go out to eat. I'm like, all right, fuck it, stream can wait. And like that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Good.
So I'm not upset. I'd rather be downtown, but what can you do?
And obviously, like grinding is not recommended for everyone, right? Like I get why people dislike and are against the hustle porn, right? Like always be working, fucking no days off.
But it's the fucking truth. You have to sacrifice for a certain period of time to be successful. Like okay, let's use me as like let's say for 3 years straight, 2 years straight, I go full throttle. It's important to make time for yourself, right? Like you don't want to like go to the gym, go for a walk. Like you don't want to really fucking lose yourself. But like you doing that for 2 years could change your life for 30. Like, you know, like it's like
forever, for the rest of your life.
It's important to take breaks. Like streaming is tough because first off, you can't talk about streaming. Like I tried tweeting about the other day. I was like, I said it's a fucking blessing, but it's very hard to travel for leisure because you lose so much momentum. People are like, oh, try working a real job. It's like,
it's true though.
It's like, I don't like, everybody has complaints about their job. Leo DiCaprio probably doesn't want to wake up and go act every day. Like it's.
Oh, he doesn't have to anymore.
I'm fucking blessed to.
But he's in a position where he doesn't have to anymore.
Exactly. He did it for so long. But my point is, like, I can't go to the Bahamas for 2 weeks straight without some level of anxiety being there just because I'm like, fuck, I'm losing subs.
See, I have a problem with.
I'm losing viewers.
That I have a problem with.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean by, and look, I'm not saying you specifically, but that's what I have a problem with. Like, I was blessed enough to have the ability to just like not go where I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Like if I don't want to be on Twitter, I'm not gonna go on Twitter. If I want to, I worked my ass off, right?
Yeah.
For 10 years, I worked my ass off. Now I'm still working my ass off, right? I just did 2 back-to-back travel days, whatever. I completely agree. Mental health, fucking more than ever now, right? Like that now that it's out in front of people, and we'll talk about better days ahead in a moment. And you know, for us, 80s babies, like 90s fucking high schoolers, that was never like. I can't even tell you how many people like committed suicide in high school.
Yeah.
Because nobody had outlets. You know, there was no 1-800.
Was it prominent back then? Because I wasn't like I thought social media. I think social media propelled mental health problems to a different fucking degree.
1,000%.
No matter what anybody says, social media is designed to compare yourself to others. Like the mindset, it's like this: if your numbers stay the same, you're plateauing. If they're going up, then you're improving. If they're going down, then you're fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the way social media conditioned all of us. And it's like, how can you not? You have, I don't know, 1 million followers, right? How can someone like me not, in some little aspect, look at that and be like, damn, that's nice.
And he's 41 and a fucking
there's different levels to it, but I feel like I don't know. I can't like, and people are editing pictures to look better.
Why,
like it's fucking crazy. Like I feel, I don't know. I think social media really like took mental health and just fucking propelled it to a way different, like a different atmosphere. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, cause growing up, you guys didn't have fucking Snapchat where everybody's cheating on each other, and like I go on TikTok and I'm like, Jesus Christ, everybody's cheating on TikTok. Everybody's ripped on TikTok. It's like so different, man.
Yeah, I was lucky to be born when I did. I loved it. Wouldn't change it for the world. Best music, best movies, best everything, right? Best fucking sports. You know what I mean? So I didn't have access to all those things. And, you know, now Jude is very, very, like, understanding of everything, right? And she
which
tried
is very important, by the way.
Yeah. And when I say understanding of everything, it's like she reads mental health stuff. She reads like health. There's just everything that has to do holistically with being a better human. She does that, and her poor soul tries to impose that on me little by little. But this hard head and this way of seeing things that may not necessarily be what today should be. Like I never had access to that. And when she tells me, like, "Have you ever felt this?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's stress," and I'm like, okay, well, I felt that throughout my life. Like but some people just like it literally puts them on their ass. Like and to be honest, man, it wasn't until Nick went through what he went through that it really opened my eyes to something like that. I never up until that point, and call me a fucking monkey if you want, right? Fucking it's caveman. Since it never registered to me, and because it never happened to me or anybody, like I don't remember anyone in high school like doing that or feeling that, but also high school didn't follow them home as it does now, right? Like people are gonna talk shit to you, like, and it's anonymous now.
You make a mistake now, you're stressed out for life because no one forgets it. You tweet something dumb 10 years ago, people will tell you 10 years later, or like you wore a stupid outfit 10 years ago. It's like, remember when you were? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's
no escaping it. And to touch on that, like, unless you experience it personally, it's very hard to relate because, like, what is depression and anxiety if you don't? Depression, if you don't have it, is probably just like, oh, he's sad. But it's like, I've struggled with it a tiny bit, not to the level some people have, and like, you know, relying on certain things is a different level to it. But it's hard to actually like explain to somebody who never actually dealt with it.
Yeah.
The anxiety is I guess the way I would describe anxiety is like inconsistent confidence, right? Like sometimes I walk up and I fucking know who I am, and sometimes it's like I'm faking it. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that's the best way I can describe it.
It's your ego.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Revolver?
No.
By Guy Ritchie?
No.
You should watch it. It'll fuck your head, but it'll fuck it in a good way because it's like it's everything of that movie. There's never been a movie about ego, right? Not like this one.
Yeah.
This one literally explains it to you in a manner that you can understand it no matter what. Yeah.
Old?
Yeah. I showed it to Nate Shot and to Big Timer at 60/50, so 2013, 2014. And Big Timer said he's like I'm still crazy from that movie. Like he's like, it fucked my head up.
Yeah.
Nate said that he had to stop watching it because like he couldn't stop thinking the way that it was making it think, so he stopped it and then rewatched it and then finished it off.
Really?
It's really good. It's by Guy Ritchie. Obviously, I mean not obviously, but I talk about it a lot in this podcast. It's my favorite director. Snatch.
Really?
Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. The Gentleman. Have you seen The Gentleman?
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, well,
I'm a Scorsese guy.
That's not
Goodfellas.
Scorsese.
I know. I'm saying.
But that's
I would
sort of
my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but Gentleman was really good.
Yeah. To me, Guy Ritchie creates one of the best gangster movies out there. Period.
Yeah.
Like Scorsese, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But this guy's just a genius. But the Revolver, which is one of my top 5 that he's ever made, I just recently watched it after not having watched it before. Have you seen it, Manny? You should watch it. It helps. It helps because it helps you understand where the ego came from.
Yeah.
And essentially what it ultimately is, which is a shell or a mirror image of you that you can put all the blame on for all your mistakes and all your idiosyncrasies that you don't agree with, all of the stupidity that you've ever done, all the bad shit you've ever said. It's because of somebody else. And your ego is the best thing that's ever done. Is like it never exists. You never know that it's there, but it's constantly there telling you, it's like, yeah, you can do that, or nah, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not good enough, right? Because ego can be just as bad as it can be good, unless you can harness it and control it, right? Because being confident, it's a trait.
Yeah.
Being overconfident, it's not, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this balance. Overconfidence leads to irony.
Yeah.
A very, very famous quote. I love it. Because it does, right? If you can't control your ego, if you can't make ego your amigo, you're going to suffer the opposite of what it can do. But it's the same thing with anxiety. I think that people who are anxious have like this extra level of awareness of everything all at once.
Yeah.
Right?
It's fucking weird, man.
When people smoke weed and they're like, oh, it's like I can't because I get paranoid. I start breathing hard. It's you being flipped to a different level and being aware of a bunch of different everything. You start thinking about everything that can happen that's bad, which is a good thing because you're literally solving problems that could happen And
Dude, it's actually fucking, because that's what happens when I smoke now. Like the hearts, and I used to be like, I used to wake up 4 a.m., have to go smoke to go back to bed. Like create like 5 years straight at least, constant smoking.
Well, I'm glad you got over that because that's not healthy.
Well, I mean, that wasn't when I came back, because I took a little break from competing because I lost weight and then went to prom, which is a fucking horrible decision. But I took like a 6-month break, and I thought it'd be a lot easier to get back to where I was. Like, I was messaging Envy. I was like, pick me up, I'm back. And they're like, we can't. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gone for 6 months. But like, you take a small break, you retire, you step away. It's very hard to get back in. So I was smoking during that period. Then in World War II, when I really sort of came back up and had my resurgence year, I only smoked like at night before bed. And then I just stopped smoking altogether because I was just like, what the fuck's the point of this anymore? It's just, I've been doing it for too long.
Yeah.
But now if I smoke, I'm not sure if it's because I took a break, but it's just like racing thoughts, heart's beating. Sometimes, though. Sometimes I can smoke and be completely fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes no.
Now,
it's weird. I don't know.
When you did smoke, did you look at what strain it was and then look it up on Google as to what it did?
Not really.
Well,
no.
that's also
because some people who have anxiety use smoking to like help them a lot. Like there's two sides of it. It's either like really helpful or it can be pretty.
But it's different for people, but it's the same exact problem. Yeah. Right? It's anxiety.
Yeah.
It's either too much because you smoked or you have too much and it calms it down.
Well, anxiety
but at the end of the day,
and excitement
it's
are like the same thing.
Huh?
And like the feelings of anxiety are like excitement, right? Like if you go on, let's say you're competing on main stage, right? Like anxiety and excitement, the same things happen. Your heart's racing, your adrenaline's going. It's like the same exact feeling. And I think that's it. Because like people ask me in my stream, they're like, do you ever get anxious on stage? Ironically, not really. Like the stage is like kind of like I'm completely like I've been doing it for so long. It's like normal, but I am excited, which is like the same thing, right? Your hands can sometimes get a little cold or sweaty. Your heart's racing. I think breathing is like the most helpful tip I can give for like situations like that, and also just like everybody's experiencing that. I think everybody on the main stage, at least at some point, maybe not every single time, has their heart beating, is excited to play. Dude, I don't give a fuck how long you've been playing. If you're at a 5-5 search and destroy in a 1v1, your heart is fucking through the roof.
Of course.
I don't care if you've won 8 championships or 30. Like, it's crazy.
I think everybody understands because they've been in that situation, but not with what's at stake for professionals like you. Everybody in the stands is having the same emotions that you're having, but they are free because it's not in their hands.
Yeah, they get to celebrate no matter what. Like, it's like, oh, fuck, you choked that or that was great. Me, I'm like, fuck, if I choke this, I'm fucked. Like, it's like a different type of feeling. Yeah. But yeah, no, anxiety is weird. And that's why I got sort of more involved with this. And
was that your concept?
No. So it was started by a couple gamers that I knew sort of way back then. So I'm not the founder of it, but I'm like a co-owner. They did like 2 jobs before me. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to do like clothing, but I didn't want to fucking put METHODZ and sell it. I wasn't really interested in that. This made sense because my dad would always say like better days ahead. It's something he always said whenever shit was going, I got benched or shit was going bad. He always say that. And then the mental health thing too. Like I said, I think it's pretty important, especially in the gaming space. It's a pretty isolated lifestyle sometimes. So I think this one is like it just made sense. Especially what it is it's a clothing company that pretty much promotes and supports mental health awareness. So like if you go to our page, there's like resources where the suicide hotline, like whatever you need, we have for you. And also just selling dope shit while also just, I would say sort of subtly promoting mental health throughout the entire community. It's not a gaming company, but because of me, I sort of like marketed to gamers. Yeah. But it's more so for like everybody. And I've had like crazy support. Like I have one of my good friends, Mitch Marner, Maple Leafs. He rocks it in interviews. So like to see like this stuff on TV. Yeah. And some of the biggest sports is crazy. So
when on days that you don't want to stream, right? Because it's really easy for you to be like, look, I'm a professional player. I should only be here to fucking compete. You know what I mean? Like this whole I need to create content. Like, I'm a pro player. You know what I mean? Let others do the work, and then I'll just. How do you get over that and say, you know what? I just gotta get on.
I think as soon as you just do it, it's like the same thing about going to the gym. You wake up, you don't want to go to the gym sometimes. Once you get there and you leave, you're happy you win. I think that's the same thing with streaming. Is like, you're not going to want to stream every single day. I don't care if you have 5 subscribers, 0, or 10,000. It's not the way life works. You're not always going to be head over heels to do something. But I think once you get involved, like as soon as I press go live, it just sort of just like, I start talking to the stream. I don't even think about the fact that I didn't want to stream. It's just more so, okay, I'm here now. We're going to have fun and get it done. So I think everybody struggles. Everybody. Seth, Zuma, I've talked to all of them. Nobody wants to go live every single day for 6, 8, 4 hours and entertain. It's not easy to do. Like you you have to turn it up a notch. If I'm having a shit day personally, like with the breakup thing, like thank God I had to stream too, because like that was like the perfect outlet to deal with something like that. Because I'm stuck in Toronto, I can't go back to visit my family in the U.S. because COVID restrictions and the border restrictions and all that. So the stream was like the perfect outlet for me, like 12, 14, 10 hours a day, just constantly talking to my chat. Some days I didn't want to do it, but like I said, as soon as you do it, you're just like happy you did it.
Yeah. I've been streaming every day. Well, I didn't stream at all last week because
You've been streaming a lot.
Yeah, and again, I have time, right? Where before I was just doing corporate shit and content like every once in a while. Like now I had time to do the vlog.
Yeah.
Get home. Well, do the vlog while I'm taking calls throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
So whether it's about the merger, how the new processes are working, because obviously it's one company with another one that have their own little ways of doing things.
Yeah.
Mine is very much a startup. They are very much a well-established, infrastructure. So yeah, you can move. So for me, it's like the second that I was able to, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna vlog. I'm gonna take my calls because that's 4 to 5 hours a day on phone calls. But there's still a lot of times where I'm here either shooting content or people are walking around, and it's just as easy to grab a camera and put it in front of them and say something or bring something to get them to react to whatever it is.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, cool. This is going to work better if I edit it. Because Matt, obviously, way better editor than me, more skilled at everything, right? He understands the craft. Me, I'm a simple cut, sync to music, add a little creativity, whatever. And I'm like, he can't do what I imagine him to do when I'm filming. Yeah. And for me to sit there and tell him what I want, it just didn't make sense. So I just started editing that. So I would vlog and take calls and do the business shit while I vlog. Get home. I'll stream for 4 hours. I committed to streaming 4 hours because Hutch and Diesel Diesel streams more, but Hutch, being lazy, only streams 4 hours a day. Actually, I don't know. I think he's streaming more now, like 4.5 or whatever. But I did that, and as soon as that was done, I would go out, chill with Liv and Jude, talk a little bit, but then immediately start editing the vlog. And when I'm editing the vlog, I also gotta grab screenshots because I like to post a sort of preview as to what they're gonna see tomorrow, and then I gotta get
big on my stream. A lot of HECZ vlogs on my stream.
Thank you.
Well, there's not many other vlogs in the fucking. I watch like the FaZe vlogs, your vlogs, your guys' videos.
Mm-hmm.
LAG's doing good content now.
Yep.
I watch everybody. Like I'm not strictly watching you.
Yeah.
But like you guys, are the only people actually posting pretty consistently. Now LAG's starting. Ultra has some good stuff.
Yeah.
I think every org now is starting, as the league expands and gets more traction, I think people are now starting to finally put out content.
Good.
Some orgs fucking aren't, but I don't know. Luckily, you guys give us some good content to watch.
Yeah. Well, at least, people like you, people like Zuma, Tactical Rab, Esports Talk, like everybody that talks about the content that we create and like makes their job to, makes their videos off of what we say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind that because they're adding something to it. The people that I hate are the fucking losers that just rip our content and just upload it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no effort into an opinion, no, literally stealing content.
Like
fucking
you mean
losers. Clips channels, fucking COD Lounge, Scump Lounge.
Oh, you mean people who re-upload your content?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Literally rip it.
Yeah, no, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And the fucking the offense that they take to me having this reaction.
Yeah.
How offended they get. How HECZ should be fucking canceled.
Yeah.
I literally laugh.
Yeah.
I cannot believe in my head that people are mad. The people get mad at me being mad at them.
Yeah.
Watching, recording, and uploading. And then one dude says, yo, I am going to grow my brand off of uploading your brand. He's like, to be honest, like the only reason I do this is so I can be discovered. And I'm like, that's not the way you get discovered.
I think it's different, right? Like if I'm watching your vlog and I'm like making jokes about
1,000%. Like I said,
it's like a different. Like I don't mind reaction content. Like I don't mind someone watching my stuff and
100%.
like reacting to what I'm doing.
1,000%.
If you're ripping clips from my stream and uploading them, that's pretty annoying. But like, so I think Tommy, for example, had someone doing that. He just partnered with the guy because Tommy's like, let's just work together, and they started talking together. But Yeah, I thought you meant like people doing like trivia videos or like actually stealing like the content.
Oh,
ideas.
no.
Because that stuff's just like
No, it's original shit.
Yeah,
It's unoriginal
as
shit.
long as there's different personalities, like it's all about the personalities.
100%. Yeah, I don't.
So, like
I don't,
trivia with Slasher and Asim isn't going to be trivia with Seth and
Oh,
Shots.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Well, by all means, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we copy.
Yeah.
Like, everyone copies.
Exactly.
We try to do more original than copy, but you know we're not immune to that. And I mean, the good thing is we've been around for over 15 years on YouTube, so we sort of had a good shot at creating original content that, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, just people that rip it, it's like there's a day of reckoning coming though.
Shameless. Well, it's kind of like this copyright.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that sucks though.
Now that I
I'm
have
talking
resources,
about like actual like music copy. Like I wish I could listen to whatever. I listen to whatever I want on stream. I delete my VOD.
So there's
tough.
So there's this DJ, famous DJ from way back in the day, still doing his thing now. His name is Qbert, DJ Qbert. He's a scratch, like a DJ, a scratch DJ. You know what that is? It's just like people that battle and create songs and music and make something. Anyway, so he had this concept that said, here's a beep, right? The sound of a beep is beep, right?
Yeah.
He said, if I use that sound, I get it why the guy that created that sound is mad for me using that. Yeah. But if this beep turns into a beep, 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 and makes a song from it, like he's changing that was there.
Yeah.
Right? And at what point does that happen with traditional music? Are people just listening to me? Are you just sitting there quiet, just sitting there listening to Kanye or Drake or whatever? Or are you adding stuff to it? Are you playing a video game at the same time? Are you creating something new and utilizing their songs? Is it better? Right? Yeah. Is your content better because the songs are? Absolutely. So there's this balance where you have to think is like what is stealing and what is reinventing of the content. You have to sit there and explain.
So maybe you have a different perspective. I don't understand why a music label wouldn't want streamers playing their stuff. Like I don't see the negative to it. Like I'm listening for free. Well, I subscribe to Apple Music, right? So I'm paying to listen to The Weeknd, for example, or Drake or whoever. I don't understand. Let's say OVO copyright strikes me.
Yeah.
I don't think Drake's label or whatever. I haven't heard of them doing it, but I don't understand. I guess the problem in me playing Drake's music. If anything, isn't that better? Like more people are listening to music. Like maybe someone. This is a fucking crazy thought, but like. Maybe there's one person who hasn't heard Drake in the stream and now starts listening to Drake. Like, what's the actual reason to copyright strike it? Like, I guess I don't really understand the reason.
I think it would be the same as I pay, call it $20 a month to have Netflix, but then I give you my login. I think
Twitch needs to partner with like more of these like music companies.
Yeah,
to, like,
but why the fuck is that Twitch is already doing enough?
I don't know.
For everyone to be able to make a living off of playing video games. You also want them to massage you while they're at it?
No, but I feel like music and gaming are like synonymous. Like I feel like those two are so closely knit together that it's like it makes sense, right? Like music, like sniping montages. Always you put Logic or whatever dope musician you wanted to listen to, you put it over that.
Shout out Logic.
And I feel like the communities are like very similar. Like, dude, a lot of these fucking big artists are big gamers too. Like a lot of people.
Well, I think in Logic's case is because he got big because of
sniping
FaZe.
Montages. Yeah,
because of FaZe.
Crazy.
Well, FaZe put him on.
Did they?
Macklemore, same thing. Like
really?
Yeah, think about it, right? You are an up and coming artist.
Yeah.
Your channel or your distribution is only 10,000 people. You're filling out bars at 500 people. That's being generous.
Yeah.
Here comes FaZe uploading your song to 1 million people minimum in 24 hours.
You're right.
With your name there. That's like people pay for that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like artists now pay creators to promote their song. Do a listening. Do this, do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at the amount of people, look at Twitch, right? Tim the Tap Man and who else were doing a watch party for the NFL, right? What was that, right? Like what? Why? The NFL is massive. The NFL pays John Madden, rest in peace. He pays Troy Aikman, all these people to be their commentators. Why did they need Tim and Ninja or whoever he was streaming with? Well, they have an additional 50,000 people who are not watching football traditionally because they rather watch Tim and whoever else when there's a football game on.
Yeah.
at some point or another, this ecosystem is going to be created where somebody is going to decide, I want my news from Scump because I watch Scump and I grew up watching Scump. And you know what? I want to have cooking lessons from Scump because I know I'm going to laugh and I know what I'm going to get because it's Scump. They don't want to see.
That's like what we talked about, just like reaction content. It's like taking the NFL and Seth or Tim are going to add whatever fucking flair they're going to add, and it's going to make it either funnier or more enjoyable to that person. And also, I feel like now, like growing up, I was outside wrestling, playing baseball, football. Now I feel like every kid's inside with their iPad playing Fortnite. Like it's a very different time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong because I don't see it maybe as much, but like I feel like less kids are playing outside and more people are, because gaming is huge now. Like gaming, when we were growing up, we had like Guitar Hero, SmackDown vs. Raw, Sly Cooper, Crash Bandicoot. Now it's like all multiplayer, social interaction. And now I think all these parents are like, you know what, let's let them play video games because they can either be more social, make money doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I think
the world's changing.
I think it's also parents wanting to have their kids at home to not worry about what the fuck they're doing out there.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, like I think that everybody, for the majority of everybody that watches gaming stuff, assumes that is the case. The more kids are playing indoors than outdoors. That may be the case. I don't know. I've never researched a study. I've never looked at the consensus. I've never done any research on whether or not that's true. So I don't want to say yes or no. But from my experience, and maybe it's biased because we operate in this gaming space, there's a lot of people that fucking watch this. So immediately we're like, these people are watching us instead of being out there, like, you know, doing whatever. So maybe you're right. Maybe you're not. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. It's fucking crazy what these content creators are doing now, though. Nick's huge. Tim's in NFL commercials. Nick is in NFL commercials. The sponsors now, like what? You have like DraftKings, all these different like mainstream sponsors are trying to get involved. Who would have thought, like, because me and you saw it from like it's very, like NJ Halo, 100 people in the room, Golden Boy, Puckett, Nade Shot, whatever player wanted to cast, you could cast. We saw it go from like legitimately, I wouldn't say nothing, but like you win $500 to now you win $1 million. Like that's why I think I have a different appreciation now, especially after like being benched and like worrying about the future. It's like, and seeing people retire, right? Like seeing Matt retire, people are going to start retiring. Like I think of players like Spacely who like were staple names and now you don't hear much about them. And these are people that like we grew up with. So now I think I have like a different appreciation and gratitude for like how fucking crazy dope what we've been able to do is. Like our job in its, I guess, truest form has been to compete at the highest level, traveling the world with our best friends to win money.
When you got benched, what was like your biggest fear? And I think you touched on it earlier when you said that you didn't know if you streamed.
Yeah, I think just uncertainty. It's just like if I'm not getting that paycheck playing, now I need to stream, which is great. Like I fully believe I can be a top streamer in the game, like in due time, right?
I do too.
Like I definitely think I could do that. But it's also like that takes time. It takes a lot of consistency, right? Like growing viewership takes years. Like growing, like you don't, very, very rarely does someone just fucking jump viewers overnight to like 100 to 3,000, right? It's very, and some people do, right? Like Zuma's come up was crazy. Like from 500, the flank's getting like 10K. Like stuff like that is crazy to think about. It was just the uncertainty of like what life would be like. Cause like I've been a pro gamer my entire life. That's why everybody, like right now, when I decided to come back and play for Boston, a lot of my friends were like, you're a fucking idiot. Like just go do full-time content, go join an Optic or whatever big content team would want you and just build that momentum. And the way I see it is kind of like Seth sees it. It's like, okay, for longevity, does content probably make more sense? Yes. Content will always be there in a sense that like competing, you have a certain amount of time you can actually do it, right? Like I think the age shit's bullshit, right? I think a 32-year-old could play professional Call of Duty. How many pro 32-year-olds we're going to see, I don't know. But there's a certain amount of time to do what we do. Unless you're playing like pro sports, there is nothing else in the world you can do to compete at the highest level like we do for the stakes that we do it, in front of the people we do it for. So in my mind, the decision was like, I get to do what I love to do, what I grew up doing for at least a little more time. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to balance content the best I can while I do it. And will I maybe lose some momentum? Maybe. Hopefully I'll gain it back after, but I don't know. How much money really is that much more money, right? Like, sure.
Well, it depends on how it depends on what you need.
Yeah.
right? It depends on what you need. Because if I'm a 22-year-old whose total expenses for the month are $3,500, and streaming it gets me to 2,000, and then my part-time jobs gets me the other 1,500, then I'm happy because I get to do that. But if you want more, if you want the car, you know, the luxury, the hospital beds from all the partying, like then obviously you're gonna have a tougher time because it's not for everyone. And I fucking said it a million times, right? That the American dream is to be able to make a living off of something that you like doing. And 99.999% of the population of Earth doesn't have that luxury and doesn't have that privilege. Right? I did corporate America. I worked in corporate America until I was 29 years old. 29 years old, which means that for definitely a minimum of 12 years, I was working at a job that I didn't like. Not
How long?
Like 12 years,
Fuck me.
Yeah, so my first job ever was McDonald's when I was like 13, 14 years old. I had just gotten here from Mexico. Born in Texas, so I obviously had an easy time. Unlike traditional Mexican immigrants who have to go through all these processes to do whatever. Well, neither here or there. From the beginning, from 14 to 29, holy shit, that's like 15 years of working, right? In shit that I didn't want to do. The way that I think that you should be looking at it is the reason that you're a pro player right now is because that's your job. Right. But you also have to work on your side hustle. Every single time that somebody's like, hey, I want to start streaming, what should I do? The first thing that I tell them is do not quit your job until you're able to pay for your expenses on streaming only. So work your 8-hour job, and then after that, stream your side hustle and hope that that takes off. Right. Because if that doesn't take off, you didn't already quit your job and you have that safety net. Right. For you in particular, as a professional, especially in this day and age where it's not 10 years from now where pro esports players can just do that, period. And other esports have that luxury, right? But it won't be there forever. These people that are getting $25,000 a month in Counter-Strike, $35,000 a month in Valorant, like these people that are getting that much money are either going to have to be super smart with that and only fucking save and invest that money that you have there, or the same thing that's happened to a lot of people from the beginning of time, old machinima creators that you've never heard of again, right? Like if you're not going to continue to work your ass off in this industry, it's going to be really easy to be forgotten. You know what I mean? So for you, I think that you being a professional player is your main job. The side thing is the side thing, but you better work on your side thing and get that shit popping.
Well, no,
because look at what happened.
The side thing is the main thing without being the main thing. Like the side thing, competing has to come first. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made it. Like, it's not fair to my teammates, the org, myself. I'd competed if I wasn't going to go full throttle.
I think that is, although it's honorable to say, although it's the right thing to say, I don't think that giving yourself that much leeway like they're both equally important, and you have to do both of them with your heart if you want to.
That's why I'm streaming scrims right now, is because like first off, no one's really doing it. We're trying to grow the brand. I'm trying to grow my brand.
Smart.
People are going to get behind the team more if they can see more of us.
And
I know it's a big debate, but like the way I thought of it, really,
I didn't know you were streaming.
I stream scrims every single day, and the way I see
Did
it
you
is
get
like
blacklisted?
Your team doesn't want to play us anymore.
Yeah, of course not.
But it's only them right now. But I mean, I guess my mindset is
I would tell them, do not do that. I'm going to tell you why. Because now you're going to have, the green wall wanting to watch, your shit specifically so they can do that. And that's how you grow your opponents. You know what I mean?
So you don't want me to grow?
No, I want you to grow, but I just don't want you to grow off.
I'll grow off you?
Yeah.
You're a fucking asshole.
No, you understand my theory, right? Like, it's like if we're going to take advantage, listen, if someone's going to get paid off of our content, and I'm not talking about you, I'm just talking in theory, right? It should be your thought too. Right? If somebody's going to grow off your content, or no, I'm sorry, not that. If somebody's going to make money off of your content, the main dude making money off of your content should be the creator of the content. You know what I mean?
So I think their mindset is more like competitive oriented, where it's like they don't want other teams look at like you think of it in that lens. I know they're thinking like we don't want FaZe to see what we do in this break. I guess
100%.
My mindset is like what can the fans see from my POV, and I'll like delete my VOD before we even play if they want me to, so no one can go back and watch. No one's really going to be able, maybe like a few things, but no one's actually going to be able to see what Optic's doing from my stream, especially in this game. Different games I'd get it. This game is just like a fucking sprint forward,
easy
squad spawns. It's just like I'm not gonna say anything crazy.
Well, I'm not for me. Actually, you're making money. You're good. Say what the fuck you want.
I love this game. Actually.
Pay that fine, baby.
I enjoy playing this game. Is it the best competitive title we've had? No. Is it?
I like it too. I've had so much fun in S&D.
I have fun playing because I'm pretty good at it. My team's pretty good at it so far. But this game, I don't think you can actually like watch my stream and be like, oh, Optic does this. I don't think the game works like that. At least not right now. So yeah, we stream right now. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best. I go to the gym and I try to make time for my friends and family, and I try to make sure I balance it well. But luckily, streaming streams makes it so I can stream for like 4. Sometimes I'll stream for like 5 hours. Yeah. I'll get off, go to the gym, go back live later to do like a watch party or play 8s or whatever it may be, just to have like somewhat of a balance. Because I don't want to, because it was tough in Toronto. Like when I was streaming 12, 14 hours a day, that is your entire day. Like you wake up, you shower, you stream. You wake up, you eat, you shower, you stream. Yeah. And I saw the benefits. Would you rather do that
for 5 years and be good for the rest of your life, or would you rather not? And granted, working 14 hours a day is not going to get you the results that you want if it's not meant to happen.
If I wasn't competing, I'd probably still be doing that. But I can't. I need, like, because as a competitor, I need to be like, have my mind right. I need to like feel somewhat healthy. So I can't just stream 12 hours a day and just do that. Like I have to go to the gym. I have to watch TV. I have to make time to actually de-stress, because like it is a stressful. Everybody looks at what we do. You play. Let me fucking say this. We don't play video games for a living. We compete at the highest level in our respective game for millions of dollars,
not video
for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't play video games for fun and just sit there playing video games. Correct. It's like the most stressful environment you can ask for. And I understand that if you don't do it or you don't know what it is, I can understand how it looks. Oh, you're so blessed. And it's like, I am blessed to make the money I make and to have the supporter base I have. But it's like, it's not like I fucking can just coast. It's like I have to really bring it every single day. Yeah. Otherwise I'll get benched again or someone else. There are thousands or hundreds of kids who want my job. Yep. So it's, I don't know. I don't know how many people stream on Twitch, but there are probably millions of people streaming on Twitch now trying to make it. So to have the opportunity is a blessing, but to act like I play video games and I don't have responsibilities or stress is actually fucking crazy.
Yeah. I know that my views aren't necessarily popular with pro players specifically, right, when it comes to content and this, but I don't know how to care. You know what I mean? I don't know how to take. If I was saying for the league's benefit, right? Even for the league's benefit, if only the league benefited from people creating content for themselves, I get it. Fine, my views are wrong and antiquated, and you're wrong. But the fact that I'm literally trying to explain to people that if they work on their brand now, getting drop is not going to. It's going to hurt from a competition standpoint. Absolutely, everybody sees themselves as something.
It hurts the ego.
Whatever, but I don't want, because I know this, right? And I know this very, very well. I know that everything that we're building now, we're building for somebody else to benefit way more than we did. Yeah. I know because Michael Jordan made more money off of his shoes than he did in his entire gaming or in his entire playing career. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that all the work that I like it. This is what we're here for, and I'm proud, I'm happy. Like don't get me wrong. But like I know that we're not going to be the ones that truly benefit the most at the end of all of this, right? Like we're laying the groundwork for other people, and that's unfair, but it's also something that needs to be done, period.
The truth is, most of us players don't have college degrees, or like if you're a competitive player, and my mindset has changed since I started streaming too, because like once you're actually faced with that reality, then it actually sets in. It's like, okay, what the fuck am I going to do? Like you said, Call of Duty Esports we have good salaries. Please don't get me wrong. We have good salaries, but we don't have salaries to where you could play for 3 years and never play again, right? It's not like the NFL or...
Not yet.
Exactly.
But it will be.
But the problem is, I don't think college degree is that important personally, at least not like it used to be. Mm-hmm. But still, like it's a big risk to not go to school and do the full-time gaming thing, and you're just not doing yourself any justice by not creating any content. Because if you think... I can't think of a better life, at least for me personally, than like the opportunity to do something involving video games for my whole life. And listen, not everybody's a content creator. Not everybody likes the camera, and that's completely fine. If you want to just be a pro Call of Duty player, that's fine.
But don't talk shit about those who want to do that because that's not your joint. You know what I mean?
Like people, like some of the pros will make like sly digs, like, "Oh, you're an entertainer now." It's like I always have fucking been, but now it's just to a different level. Because we're like the WWE. I think.
Compare bank accounts
to my friends,
to the people that tell you that you're an entertainer now. You know what I'm saying? It's so. Like we get it. Not everybody's supposed to be on camera. We get it. I fucking get it. I would love to be a.
It's not easy to be on camera,
bro.
Me in the beginning of this, I was a little.
I would love to be a professional Call of Duty player. In the deepest regions of my heart and my wants, I would want nothing more to be able to represent Optic on main stage and go to battle for my brand.
Yeah.
I want nothing more. But just like people aren't supposed to be in front of the camera, I was just not supposed to be a fucking professional Call of Duty player.
Yeah.
It sucks. You know what I'm saying? I know that these people who are not good on camera wish they were good on camera.
I will say this, though. If you're a player, assuming you want to, you don't have to be a content creator, but at least, like, get yourself out there. Like, go work. Connections matter. Like, talking, like, for example, if I'm at the bar with a bunch of Activision people, I'm always making sure I say hello.
Yeah.
It's always genuine. Like, I'm genuinely curious about them or who they are or where they came from. But it's like if you just sit there with your team and you sit in the corner and you don't do anything, you're a nobody to most people, right? Like you have Twitter followers, but like post gaming, it doesn't do you any justice, right? Go work for Esports Engine, go work for Activision, work for the league, work for Elgato or fucking
in the industry.
Like exactly. Like, and the way you do that is by being personable and actually like having a conversation. You don't have to be like, I'm pretty outgoing, you're pretty outgoing. You don't have to be super animated and outgoing. Just show interest and like actually care about other people.
Yeah.
Because like I always tell my teammates, it's like if we're at an employee summit, right? Like we had the Ultras Overactive Media's employee summit a few years ago, and my team would make jokes because I'm always making the rounds and saying hi to people. It's like that stuff's important, dude. Like
100%.
I think that's the most important thing.
Your network is your net worth, someone said.
If I'm going to get a job at the Call of Duty League right now, and it's me versus someone who went to Harvard, I would guarantee you that I'd probably have a better shot just because everybody I know there and the reputation I've built there and like the people I've talked to. Maybe I'm fucking delusional, but like that matters. Like making sure people know your intent and who you are matters. So if you're not creating content, at least do yourself a favor and like just try to like open up a little bit. And it's not easy. Like I was very sheltered. What the fuck am I saying? That was a blatant lie. I was never very sheltered, but
yeah, you were fucking repeating what HECZ says.
Yeah, even if you are very sheltered, just like trying to take strides to improve in that is important.
Something, right? Like look at there was this team manager.
Yeah.
Okay, he was a caster at one point, but he was this team manager. Did it all. Tried everything. Tried casting, tried team managing, tried being like a corporate dude. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of all of it, like he wanted to be, he just started out playing Call of Duty and wanted to be a professional Call of Duty player, Halo player, Counter-Strike player. I mean, you name it. He would have rather done that. But because he didn't have the skills to be at that level, then he decided to say, you know what? Fuck it. I may not be this. I may not be good on camera. Well, that's not what he said. I'm just throwing it out there. But these paths that you take in the industry that you want to work with are important, right? If you look at Fwiz, okay?
What a fucking crazy come up Fwiz had. Game Battles referee to now what? The head of gaming at Google?
Game Battles referee.
Yeah.
Shoutcaster. Team manager.
Yeah.
And then worked a couple of the guy that I brought up at the beginning was Fwiz. Right? Like he wanted to be a professional Counter-Strike player.
He's one of the main reasons I got involved because him and Hastro casted something called the MW2 Winter Showdown back in MW2. Players like Assassin, Dodgers, Moho. I don't know if Seth was playing in this, but like it was like bigger names back then who aren't anybody now just because of how long it's been.
And that's not a dig.
No.
If you're one of those, he's not calling you a nobody. I know what you mean.
I think Moho should have sold Fear whenever he had the chance because that's a fucking dope brand. But other than that, like they were just those were like the founding fathers. But it was very different back then.
Exactly.
Like, they were in college or high
school,
school,
right?
Like I watched, just to cut you off for a sec, Fwiz was like Fwizzy F Baby. Like I always
say the baby.
Yeah, Fwizzy F Baby. Him and Stro were like this iconic casting duo back when it was nothing.
Fwizstro.
Yeah, Fwizstro. Those were like the main casters back then. Fwiz and Hastro, and then Corey Dunn got involved, and Holiday Doc, and
shout out Holiday Doc.
Crazy
long time.
actually how many people have filtered in and out, which is it's sad.
Holiday
but it's also
Doc
life.
was part of the Bleed team.
Bleed?
The Bleed team. Bleed?
I don't remember that.
Anyone? Somebody watching the Bleed team was Dr. Disrespect's esports team.
Oh, really?
Way back when.
I thought he was gonna get involved in the franchise league at some point.
Yeah, maybe. He just has. I don't want to say bigger because I don't think it's just separate aspirations. He wants to be a game developer.
He started that game studio.
Yeah, well, that's what he wanted from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. Like he didn't want to be a team owner. I mean, although it will be nice, and I'm sure at one point he will be.
Yeah.
Just because it's like an ego thing, right? Like
just recruit him here.
Here to Optic.
Yeah.
That's my boy. Whatever he wants. But where I was going with the Fwiz thing is that now, if Matt one day says, "Hey, my girl wants to move to LA. Always wanted to move to LA. I don't want to do camera editing work anymore. Do you think you can put in a good word at Google?" Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, I fucking can. You know what I mean? Like this network that we create here at Optic expands beyond just gaming now. You know what I mean? Like people who were in Optic have taken such separate paths to different places that we have that ability to do that. And it's not because we gave up. It's not because we said, I'm not good on camera, so I can do that. Fine. But are you good at holding cameras?
Yeah.
Are you good at ideating shows for other people to be good on camera? You know what I mean? But sitting there and criticizing or talking shit to people who are trying to make it, again, Moho, for example, name every single clan from Call of Duty 4. They built a baseline for Call of Duty competitive.
Yeah.
Right? The only reason that we got involved when we had 300,000 subscribers and Call of Duty was fucking nothing, when we got involved was because something was already set there. There was a platform for competition there. It was big enough to where MLG had it on the circuit.
Yeah.
Not a single one of those teams back then has benefited the way that I have benefited from this, right? So the same way that professional players in the future are going to benefit from the work that you're doing today is going to happen. And that's what I don't, it's going to happen. It's bound to happen. Just I'm a future teller. I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't want the people that are currently building this thing to walk away with fucking nothing. And that's why I keep telling people that whether you like content or not, you have to develop your side hustles as you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because this won't last forever. Everybody talks about retirement. Everybody knows their retirement. Everybody knows that there's fucking 1,000, 17, 15-year-olds that haven't been that aren't old enough that they're going to have a gift of hand-eye coordination that's better than yours. That's going to take your spot any day of the week, and people will forget you unless you make yourself unforgettable.
Yeah.
So when people talk shit about my views on content and what they're at, they're mad at the wrong person, because I'm literally hoping that these guys who are currently building this shit take some fucking money off this fucking table, because somebody down the line will most certainly get paid millions of dollars to play Call of Duty for a team like mine.
I think it comes down to the point where it's just like, if you don't want to make content or get out there, then don't complain when inevitably you're going to be fucking stuck at a crossroads. No pun intended, Raj. And
well, that's an insult to Raj, because it was Hitch that came up with Crossroads. He's the process.
Which one was the Wait, Crossroads? Yeah, it's the Division episode. That was you, wasn't it?
Ooh.
The most recent one.
If you wouldn't have said the most recent one, he would have said his full feelings.
Prick, dude.
Who?
You.
Yeah.
Had to make me look bad. Yours is better, you think?
It got more views? Okay, so no, it wasn't better, Roger. Roger's like, mine was better, but did it get more views? No.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think players will start.
I hope so.
Players have started.
I hope so.
More. It's not easy though. Like,
Dude,
I will defend players. Like, it is very hard to balance both.
I'll tell you
if
one
you're
thing.
not streaming scrims.
I'll tell you one thing. I promise, hand to God, that the people that are working right now in the way that they're working, depending on how they treated the green wall, they will always have a job with Optic. You know what I mean? Because I literally hate the fact that some people down the road, some professional players down the road, are going to make more money than the people who are currently building this thing. But that's inevitable.
Yeah.
That is what happens. That is just humanity at its very core. The first person to walk through the wall is the one that gets hurt the most.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just inevitable that that's what's going to happen. Like, we're building shit. And as much as I try to tell people, 100% I agree that professional gamers should only job should be to win games, and to try their craft and to only concentrate on winning games. I believe that wholeheartedly. But we don't live in that reality. We live in the reality where we're building the opportunity for people in the future to have that ability.
Yeah.
Because the salaries that there are that are happening right now, the crazy salaries that people get paid, are only happening because of old professionals that hung in there for the years that it
Ego
took to
the
the
Icon,
league.
360 Icon.
Shout out Ego the Icon.
Assassin. That guy probably owes me fucking hundreds, by the way. Ego?
Ego? Hundreds of dollars?
Dude, it's crazy. No, I'm kidding. But back then,
well, I would hope so, because who the fuck brings up that somebody owes them $100 in your position?
Over 512 teams used to just literally every single weekend.
Yeah.
For what's now pennies, like a couple $100 if you win. All day, probably like noon till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Just constant Call of Duty for the love of it. And those people help build the way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't even know those names, dude. If you don't know, like, NJ Rod, who was throwing locals for the New Jersey, New York, Philly community, where a lot of us came up, me, Bo, Spacely, Seth used to go, Bobby from Leverage, I'm not sure if you remember that name.
Bobby Hamwee, of course I remember.
Used to throw some good nades.
He's a bass fisherman.
Assassin, Twiz, BL Fire, like... That's why everybody's like, "Oh, how'd you get involved?" It's like I kind of got lucky from being from Jersey because I had the local.
Again, if you told these same players the same thing that you know now, like where are they now? You know what I'm saying? Like where are they now? And that to me is like is bad because these are the people.
There are jobs for people. Like
100%.
Right now, Slack's in the desk. Like you said, like I'm sure.
Fucking killed it, by the way.
Yeah, looking at someone like I know for a fact someone like Spacely, if he wanted to, could work in this space. Organization, sponsor, league, like having players' perspective on these organizations or teams or sponsors or publishers, like they're important. Like, so I have no doubt that every single player that has been, there are enough jobs for any player that's played if they wanted them. It's the way I sort of look at it, within reason.
Yeah.
Maybe, is that crazy to say? I don't know.
No, dude.
There's definitely fucking enough jobs, dude.
Yeah, there is. And the beauty about esports is that all they want is your brain. They don't give a fuck how you dress. They don't give a fuck how you look. They don't wild out on
suits
on Twitter, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because they want your brain, your knowledge, your expertise, your opinion on the space that you help grow.
Yeah.
Again, people may disagree with the way that I make this approach, but from the beginning, I wanted to make sure that Nate Shot, that Scump, that Big Timer Merc, fucking Rambo, all of these people didn't have to rely on winning a tournament to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm like, they're gonna forego college. I gotta make sure that they fucking make money. I gotta make sure that happens. And why not like doing something that you love to do, something fun, like creating content? Like it's crazy to me when people disagree with like my view. I would get it if they were disagreeing with my view and like the only person that benefited was the league, but they're the ones that benefit in the long run. Like I'm literally pushing and hoping that they take as much money off the table right now that's available to them right now before somebody else comes and gets it, because that will happen. So everybody that's hanging around the fucking hoop, wondering whether or not they should stream, wondering whether or not they don't, just ask yourself, how long can you live if you were dropped today? How long can you live on what you have on your bank account right now and no stream in sight because you got to start from zero when you're not even in the league where you can promote your fucking stream?
Yeah.
I can't get behind it, because I know what the future looks like, and I know that people. I mean, when you were playing NJ Halo, did you ever imagine making tens of thousands of dollars on a monthly basis just on your fucking salary?
No,
not even on your stream, which is going well, your YouTube, which you're growing, your sponsorship opportunities that come from your stream.
Yeah, content. I think it's a no-brainer. We can go all day about it, but like. The sponsorship opportunities, right? Like, I worked with Aim Lab last month, right? 1 month thing, done, good opportunity, appreciate it. Wouldn't have happened if I didn't start streaming. Then I have my Twitch salary, and the people I've met in my stream who like I help. That's like the most important thing too. Is like you'll get a different level of gratitude for what we do once you start talking to people every single day. Like I know the names of every single regular in my stream. Every single day, because it's like they say I help make their days better. It's the same thing for me. If I'm having a shit day and I go live, I have hundreds of people, thousands of people
that you can vent to.
Venting, but also just positive reassurance. Like, you had a bad series, you're gonna come back. You look great today. Like, it sounds
corny. Fucking said the second part.
It sounds corny, but like it's you really like you take it for granted until like in real time you're talking to these people and you walk around the events and you're taking pictures. It's like it's very easy to just like let the stress take over and just like be in your own head. Once you actually put the content out there and oh fuck, are people gonna like it? People are gonna like it. I don't give a fuck how bad you think your content's gonna be. People are gonna support you because they want to support you, right? And until you start, they can't. It's like these Challengers players not streaming their stuff. It's like you can't be scouted if you don't want to be scouted. Like if you're a Challengers player and you're not streaming or creating content, you are doing yourself a disservice because you're playing for sort of pennies in the Challenger system, and now you're not even giving yourself a chance to stand out from the rest of the pack, right? Like if you're a top Challengers player and your stream isn't on, it's fucking crazy. And the same thing goes with like a pro player with content. Like people can't watch what they can't watch. So just press go live or start. Let's look at someone like Simp, probably known to be the best player in the world the past few years. He's made probably $1 million the past couple of years just playing. Imagine if that kid streamed every single day, because maybe at first it's not going to be what he wants, right? Maybe 100, 200, 300 viewers. It's going to be not what he wants. That kid streams for a year straight, and he's winning events and playing the way he plays. He's going to fucking blow up. Get on TikTok, hire an editor. Like, it's just a perfect storm. I'm just using him as an example, but like he's so successful, but like that kid could really be like one of the faces of the future generation. So
agreed. So young too.
Yeah.
That's why Shotzi, I tell him not.
Shotzi's doing good.
Yeah.
Doing vlogs now.
Yeah.
Streams killing it.
Listen, it's a common understanding between me and my players that it's as simple as this. I want you to grow.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna benefit Optic, and I'm only here to make Optic better, 100% of the time. But if you get to benefit in helping, and Optic can put you and give you that platform to better yourself and to solidify a future that you would like to have, like that's what's up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's what's up. And again, I truly cannot express. I don't know how to make people understand that everything that we're doing now is temporary, and we're literally building something for somebody else to benefit from.
I'll say this because I have actual firsthand knowledge of it, because I neglected content, and getting benched was the best thing that ever happened to me to a certain extent, because like I said, I'm going into this new season with more supporters than ever before, and I can't think of one negative of me getting benched besides the ego hit I took. Not competing, which obviously sucks. I didn't see my friends for a while. It hurt the ego for sure. But like what I gained from that is perspective, a lot more fans, and people who genuinely care to support me, whether they're buying this or whether they're in my stream. I don't care if you're subbed. Like if you spend your days watching me, like I can't
ask for more.
I can't thank you enough. Like it's genuinely like the fact that I'll say it again. The same way I help them, they help me, right? Bad days, good days. They make good days better and bad days good, right? So, like, they really have changed me as a person, because I just have, like, I've always had Twitter followers. What the fuck are people tweeting you? It's either positive, negative, hey, Zinni, whatever. Now it's, like, real time. We love you. So happy for you. Great announcement. Whatever it is, like, it's all positives for mental sake, your bank account, getting your name out there. Like I can't think of one negative, really.
Yeah. Well, anyway, hopefully this resonates with someone.
Yeah.
Luckily
we can fucking talk, huh?
Yeah,
Jesus.
man. It's one of you make it easy. You know what I mean? Most of the time I have to interject way more than I did today, because that space is not good for a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, Zinni, thanks so much for coming on. All his information is going to be listed in the description down below. You can follow his socials, and he'll let you know what he would like for you to take a look at on there. So want to say thank you again. Shout out to your team, Boston Breach.
Yep.
Your teammates. What
Yep.
places did you guys come in this tournament?
We got first rounded.
Did we get first rounded too?
Well, you guys.
You
guys were in the second round already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we played, we lost.
This event was great for figuring things out and like finding the kinks and the bugs and everything, and getting on LAN and testing the equipment and getting everything done. That's not to discredit the event, right? Like everybody who came here wanted to win.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And no competitive player didn't want to win this event. It's easy to say it didn't matter because I guess in the grand scope of things, it didn't matter. Like, it wasn't a major.
Look, when you're in front of people,
it wasn't big money, but like, if you're a competitive player and you're happy with placing last, and
in front of people,
then what the fuck are you doing?
Look, the public aspect of it, will always make somebody care.
The truth is, we have 2 rookies. I won't be too long because I know we're trying to end it, but we have 2 rookies. Their first time playing on LAN. Me and TJ, obviously been around. My first time on LAN in 2 years. It was a good event to find our footing. We lost 3-2 to New York, which is obviously a good team. So I'm not upset at all. Obviously wanted to win, but I don't think this weekend is necessarily the best example of my team's potential. So
yeah, I mean, if you look at fucking FaZe, last year they went on to win the whole thing, but they lost.
Yeah,
they lost. I think they lost in the first one, right? The first tournament. I think they lost the first tournament. They also got rounded, I think.
They lost in the second to Toronto, I think.
Okay.
And then
whatever.
The 5th major, they got knocked out by Seattle, which was like the big upset.
Yeah.
Then this weekend they lose, but it's like no one's delusional enough to think that FaZe is like a bad team.
Yeah.
They lost to a solid team in Seattle, but yeah. So before we go, thank you to Boston, obviously, for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was headed.
Happy, man. I'm happy that you got picked up. I do think that.
We talked a little bit before when I was figuring things out.
I think that Boston did the right thing in picking you up and sort of making you the face of the franchise because you have a following.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're good at the game. Obviously, not talking shit about that. But like that, it helps a lot to build a brand.
Yeah.
It helps a ton to build a brand.
I mean, that's another reason to do content because like who knows if I would have the opportunity if I didn't have the followers in the stream, right? Because obviously I'm talented enough and I prove that. Because they would never pick up someone just for numbers, right? No competitive team, I feel like, in this day and age would do that.
Mm-mm.
But it definitely helped.
Yeah.
The fact that I have thousands of viewers or hundreds and then people supporting my tweets, like brands are like, okay, we could use this guy
100%.
to help grow something new. So another reason to stand out from the pack and just get to work. So
again, everybody benefits. Your brand, your team benefits, the league benefits, but you benefit ultimately.
Yeah.
This is just my fucking message to everybody that's out there, man. You benefit ultimately.
Thanks for having me on, though. I appreciate it. Too long.
You're welcome.
I've been here in 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging in there through the painful conversation. I'm just kidding. It was really good. Yo, you should. Have you ever thought about having your own podcast?
Yeah, it's something I want to do. I don't want to do like a gaming podcast though. I want it to be like sort of like free flowing. Like I can have anybody on, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever, fucking athlete, gamer, owner. I want to do something like that, but I don't want to do like an online one. I want to do something like this, and right now it doesn't make sense.
I think
when I go full-time content, I'll definitely venture
if I could do it all over, I think I would have done it online.
Really?
100%. I mean, this is way better, 10 times better.
But
from a consistency
easier.
Standpoint, it's just easier. You know what I mean? I would have had already a bunch of people that are willing to come on the podcast, but just like traveling, me to them to me is just like
I want to do something. I'll tell you after, but I have an idea that I've been thinking of for like a few months now that I think could like really. I don't want to talk too much about it, but like I feel like instead of like a podcast, I have something in mind that I feel like hasn't been done before, but I can't do when I'm competing right now.
Yeah, I think Zuma is like the first one that's done something that's new, right? When it comes to like a night show. Yeah, it's. I have my own theory on just the whole part of a 24-hour day.
Yeah.
Right? And the content that people consume. They're just like, it's so wide open for everybody to have a piece of their own. And then again, it's whatever. I just hope that the people that disagree with me understand the fact that I'm not doing it from a bad.
You're looking out for everybody.
Yeah, and I'm not a fucking saint either. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, if you're
you're a fucking prick.
Yeah. But again, it's my nature, so you can't blame me. I don't blame you for
being what?
Being 5'6".
Go fuck yourself, dude.
You know what I mean?
5'8".
Like did I ask to be a prick? No. Do I try to be nice? Sometimes, yes. Don't call me a hero. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.